It's a stadium so big you can easily spot it flying into Dallas-Fort Worth for a game. This is AT&T Stadium here in Arlington. Today, an exciting battle of NFC teams between the Washington Commanders and the Dallas Cowboys.
Say hello to the Lord with my sincerest regards. Why the rising tide of troubled waters we cross into the fire and frost when the desire is lost? Is it survivor's remorse that raised higher the course? During the year of the horse, I had so much to resolve, it hung me over. I was fearing the hair of the dog. They my homie, I was there when they carried him off. When we buried him, we wrapped him in Nigerian cloth. They told a story about him having a malaria cough. They tried to say he had a that was clearly a torch. I hold the fury so they fear me, but it nearly was boss. Expecting me to be forgiven like it really was squashed. But I have seen so much that I can never be hushed. I've been the bearer of a burden that is heavy as I'm pure legacy, incredibly I'll never be touched. It ain't nowhere to go from here but up. Why must I feel so low to the ground, low to the ground, low? Why does it feel so low to the ground, low? Decline while we were all in denial, and seen the murderer smile as he was brought in the trial. I watched the vote.
Boy, it's a picture-perfect afternoon here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. The roof is open, and it is time for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Dallas Cowboys. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. Nwangu now from his end zone.
And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 of the 24.
Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Well, this defense for the Commanders, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Second down, here's Barkley again.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
The Cowboys had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that.
And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space.
Saquon Barkley.
Touchdown, Cowboys. Saquon Barkley.
His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys.
Cowboys 7, Commanders nothing. Will Lutz set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10
at their 35-yard line.
Now the former volunteer, it's Dylan Sampson.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
They'll keep it on the ground. Sampson. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On first down, Sampson. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
13 yards there on a Washington first.
You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
First carry for Najee Harris.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
You look at this Cowboy defense.
Against the pass, they're hoping to trend in the opposite direction because right now they're ranked number 26 in the NFL.
And for all the routes to keep an eye on in this one, they've got to find a way to take away the crossing routes. Those are the ones that when a receiver catches it on the run, those can really hurt a defense.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They run the counter. Sampson.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 41 yards rushing so far, and this is just their first possession. They've got a new set of downs here.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Sampson. They juked him. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 16 yards. A little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16. 1st and goal and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back.
They'll try to right side with Harris. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Najee Harris. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Commanders respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Extra point up and good by Folk. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Here's Jackson. On the out route, it's Lamb with a grab. And he's out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. From the 21, here's 2nd and 5. Now Jackson. Trying to find Barkley on the out route, and he's got it. And some room to maneuver. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 27 yards there, a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
First carry here for Kene Nwangu. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Saquon Barkley. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. You look at this defense. They're right around the middle of the pack, number 15 in the NFL against the run.
And being able to set the tone early in this game, because when you get down to it, it's that sign that we saw in their football facility when we visited with them. The one that said no explosives, no big plays, no chunk plays. That's what they've got to take care of.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
Another Cowboys first down. First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Running left, it's Barkley. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Wants to try to add the PAT. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter.
Cowboys 14, Commanders 7. Will Lutz set to kick off.
Lutz now to kick this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Now a handoff up the middle. Sampson. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge. I spy a couple of extra defensive backs on the field for Dallas.
Cowboys in the dime on 3rd. Now Jones. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter.
Washington with a football here to begin quarter number 2.
As they've got it with a 4th down coming up.
On is Jake Bailey to send this one away. Deep to return is Calvin Austin.
Fielded at about the 28. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
34-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
121 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
They'll go to Barkley again. He's still barreling through. And take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Saquon Barkley with career touchdown number 75. And the Cowboys go up by 2 touchdowns.
So his big first half continues. His 3rd touchdown already. We'll have to keep watch as this game goes along, how much they want to continue to ride him, because he could be on his way to a record-setting performance.
Lutz now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 3.
They'll keep it on the ground. Sampson.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That burst good for 20 and a first down.
And the Commanders' first down.
Throwing Jones.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Now a 2nd and 10.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
On the throw led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Okay, let's decide here. He was open, right? Not extraordinarily open, but open enough that if you're an NFL quarterback, you got to make that throw, right? That's got to be complete.
9 times out of 10, that's a completed pass.
Yeah, he missed that one and missed it in a big way.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. Jones. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll look to throw again. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first.
And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field.
Saquon Barkley.
Touchdown, Cowboys. Saquon Barkley on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns.
And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is.
Will Lutz set to kick off.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. There he goes, left side. He might take this all the way. He will take this all the way.
Touchdown, Washington.
Touchdown, Washington.
On for the extra point is Folk. He's got it, and the score's now 27-14.
Makes the score Cowboys 27, Commanders 14.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20.
First and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
2nd down and 3.
Again, it's Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They all go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse.
8 ounces is good.
All right, just checking.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation. I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
That's a pretty strong running there. It's going to take us across the 50 and down to the 44.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Now a give running left is Nwangu.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a 1st down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
They'll get 6 on the play, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 27-yard line.
Ball on the 27. Here's a 2nd down and 4.
And now Jackson will look to throw it.
That is caught by Lamb. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 12-yard line.
And the Cowboys 1st down.
A handoff, Barkley running left. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Saquon Barkley, a 12-yard touchdown run.
And the Cowboys are able to widen their advantage.
Lutz good on the extra point. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Commanders 14. Will Lutz set to kick off.
Lutz now to kick this one away.
The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine
And the Cowboys are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
Jones' pass intercepted. The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Jackson now.
Open man is Marvin Harrison Jr.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll make it 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Riley Dixon in
4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with a 3-score deficit staring him in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down.
And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock.
2nd and 10.
The backup Murray, his first throw. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They run the counter. Sampson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
And even 100 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Sampson.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
That good for 19 and a 1st down. He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the 3rd quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, where are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball? Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone.
Play action. Now it's Murray. Trying to lay one up deep. Touchdown.
Tyquan Thornton.
38 yards.
And the Commanders are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Folk connects on the extra point. And that cuts this lead down to 13.
Commanders 21.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And they'll have this all the way out to the 50-yard line. Excellent field position.
After return to midfield, I just wish we could open up the heads of the offensive and defensive coordinators, because right now the wheels have to be spinning because things just changed. Offensive playbook just opens up, and now on defense, do you play aggressively or do you lay back a little bit to try and calm things down?
Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
That's good for a Cowboys 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the gun, it's Jackson.
And this one quickly to Lamb.
A gain of 5. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off usually after about 3 to 4 steps and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
The big fella.
And he is going to bring this one back to the house. It's a Commanders touchdown on the scoop and score. Now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
The kick by Lutz is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Will Lutz set to kick off.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
And I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is. Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Murray going to throw.
He'll swing this out to Sampson.
And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Partner, I know my grade school teachers never would believe this, but I can absorb a lesson. I think there's a lesson in this one. He's having a great day running the football, but occasionally they're going to find a way to stop you, aren't they?
Yeah, this time the defense stepped up, and what's been so far a tough game for them. Throwing is Jackson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is taken around the 12.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. That's complete to Jalen Hyatt.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Murray now.
3 out of 5 since taking over as he's given his guys a first down. Up the middle they go. Sampson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you've got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage. And that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
First down, Washington.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
Murray now to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball. But he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space. Couldn't uncover the end of the route. And that one winds up incomplete.
Dallas, Texas is the spot. 3rd quarter inside AT&T Stadium. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
25-yard line. A gain of 12. And the Commanders' first down.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Throwing now is Murray. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Now a handoff up the middle. Sampson. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Murray now. Letting one go deep for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked off by Mansour Delane.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Little choice, Charles, but to go for it right there, and that pick six will be the icing on the cake.
Yeah, you don't know how many more possessions you're going to get, so really you're almost at the point of no options. Have to go for it. Bottom line, though, is defenders know that as well. They know you got to throw the football. Had the right defense call, able to make a nice play on the ball, and that's all she wrote.
Will Lutz set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And that last pick six may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the 4th quarter. They need points quickly.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
They'll keep it on the ground. Sampson.
And this is going to be a Commander's 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
But partner, the defense isn't going to adjust, and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over. They're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory.
180 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3.
Now a give, right side. Sampson. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line.
12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington 1st down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted.
Another solid game-changing play for this defense with the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. Touchdown, Cowboys! Saquon Barkley. He has career touchdown number 78, tying it with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Cowboys have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th.
Lutz with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Will Lutz set to kick off.
Lutz now to kick this one away.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they're going to try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
10 yards there, good for a Washington 1st down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
They'll run on first down. Sampson. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. And now Murray's going to set up to throw. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a fourth pick of the ball game. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
Setting up the screen for Sampson.
And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47. That'll bring up fourth down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. Now Murray's got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Cowboys' defense is going to get them the football back. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys' offense. They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11.
At the 46-yard line.
Up the middle with Barkley. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
This now a 3rd and 4.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And they'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A loss of 8 on the play, and it brings up 4th.
I'm not quite sure they got the spark that they wanted on 3rd down. In fact, I think they gave that spark to their opponent instead, because that big stop has galvanized the sideline, and it starts their offense out with some momentum.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for Dallas. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Dallas, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they'll get to stay home again next week.